You clawed your way up this slope, didn't you? Scraping like someone with nothing to lose, like someone who's known real hunger. You came seeking answers. You came seeking change. Well, what I'm about to tell, you won't be gentle, so listen close. They wanted a monster, didn't they? Those people who stared at you like you were less, like you were too small, too weak to count. They saw the spark you kept alive and they stomped it out. They spat on that flame like it meant nothing. They wanted something darker, something they could fear. Fine, give them what they demanded. Think the world's soft? Nah, the world owes you nothing. Life chews up kindness. It spits back cold. Nobody out here is signing sympathy cards. They won't mourn the sweat you bled or the nights you kept going. They'll forget your name before dusk. They'll mock your scars, call you fragile, then move on as if you never existed. So you want respect? You want them to feel the blaze they lit inside you? Stop playing victim. Stop begging for mercy. Never saved anyone. It sure as hell won't save you. They wanted a beast? Show them they were right. Show them what a cornered animal does when escape's gone. Tear everything in your path. Turn their hatred, their doubt, their barbed words into blades you can use. Want power? It's there, buried in the damage they handed you. Every lie, every cold shoulder, every betrayal. That's where your strength hides. But heed this and hear it good. Don't become the monster for them. Become it for yourself. You ain't here to prove anything to the world that tried to bury you. This is survival. This is waking up and facing your own reflection, accepting the demon they sculpted, and refusing shame you want to. Know why they fear monsters. It's not the teeth, not the roar, not the fire behind your eyes. It's that monsters don't give a damn. Monsters move how they please. They ignore the rules. They don't bow for crumbs. That terrifies them. They wanted to tame you, to break you, to make you small. And here you stand high on this peak, refusing to be shoved down. Feel that hollow chill inside? That's what's left when the world strips you bare. Softness, that's where your power started, born from nothing. And now here you are standing, looking at me like you want permission, like you want somebody to hand you validation. You won't get it from me. Kid, no trophy, no pat on the back. If you want to stand on that peak, you better be ready to fight for every inch. Nobody's coming up here for you. Life isn't a storybook. You're not the hero in some tidy fable. Heroes get sacrificed. They become footnotes, buried beneath their own righteousness. If you want to be a martyr, go on, die for a cause strangers will forget. If you want to live, if you want to win, stop thinking like the hero and start thinking like something harder. Become the thing they fear. Burn the forest, salt the ground, leave no path for them to follow. Take what is yours and apologize to no one. Wear their hatred as armor. Turn their knives into the whetstone for your edge. That pain they gave you, that's your fuel. Feed on it. Let it drive you when your legs won't. And when they crawl back, begging forgiveness or mercy, don't even glance their way. Monsters don't forgive. Monsters don't forget. You want strength? It's buried in the ashes, in the blood, in the bones of everything they tried to grind out of you. Don't fool yourself thinking this is a stroll you won't descend this mountain to applause. They'll stare at you like a stranger, and they're right. You have changed. You are not the person who started that climb, and that terrifies them. They wanted you weak because weakness is simple. To manage weakness is obedient. But you are not that anymore. The version who bowed and swallowed. Quiet is gone, buried, and now they don't know how to handle you. Isn't it ironic? They asked to see what you'd become at the breaking point. They expected you to shatter, like they did, to fade and be forgotten. But you didn't. You crawled, bleeding and raw, every step a proof. And now you stand at the summit, and they can't face it. Ever wonder why they despise strength so fiercely? Because strength demands no permission. Strength expects no approval. You have it now, real strength, not the performative kind they pretend to wield. It burns when they meet your gaze. It makes them feel small, reminding them of everything they'll never be. But that's not your burden. Problem is you ain't here to comfort their egos or make them cozy. You climbed this mountain for yourself. You fought for every step for you, and now a choice sits heavy. Go back down and show them who you became, or keep climbing and leave them eating your dust forever. Do they deserve to see this version, the one they tried so hard to erase? Or do you show them true ruin? Tear down every false story, every memory they hung on you, and don't stop until nothing recognizable remains. Being a monster means you refuse their rules. You stop waiting for their label. You decide who you are and force them to either fall in line or get out of your way. They asked for a monster. Give them the full measure. All the rage, the hunger, the scorch of everything they tried to steal. Let it loose. They thought they knew you, could predict your next move. Now they face something unknowable, and nothing terrifies them like the unknown. Heroes burn out. Heroes are weighed down by other people's scripts. Monsters endure, they become whispers and warnings, legends that don't fade right now. You can become more than they ever feared. Be careful what you wish for. They wanted to see how far they'd push you. They wanted to watch you break. Soon they'll learn they built a thing they couldn't control. You answer to no one now. That freedom is what makes you dangerous. They are not ready for the storm you bring. That's their problem. You owe them nothing. Not your mercy, not your kindness, not even a look. Go down, take what's yours, seize it from their hands if you must. If they stand, show them what monsters really do. But know this: being a monster isn't blind cruelty. It's not mindless rage. It's focus. It's knowing precisely who you are, what you want, and doing whatever it takes to claim it. It's clarity of purpose. Monsters aren't chaos. They're calculation. They see the world as a battlefield, and on that field you don't rise by playing nice, you rise by doing whatever is needed to endure, to dominate, and you are unbroken. Don't ever forget that they tried to crush you, but here you stand higher than ever, and now it's time to take your shot. Time to stop hiding, stop stalling, stop dreaming of a brighter tomorrow. You seize that tomorrow and you make it yours. You asked what it means to be a monster. This is it. You refuse to let them define you. You refuse to let them bind you, and you reclaim everything they tried to steal. You think they'll honor you for it. No, they'll dread you, and that's stronger, cause honor dies. Fear lingers. Fear chains them in place. Fear etches your name into their memory. Forever you feel that frost in your chest. That's not weakness, that's your edge. That's the blade inside you. Wield it, sharpen it like a weapon, and never let them sense you. Doubt. Monsters don't falter. Monsters don't hesitate. They march forward, unshaken, relentless, and you've only just begun. You're nowhere near grasping what you've awakened. Are you standing here? You think it's just about surviving through, about enduring, but I told you it cuts deeper than that. It grows darker than that. You ain't scaling this mountain just to say you climbed it. Now you're climbing it because inside you something real snapped. You lost your belief in this world. You stopped trusting in mercy. You saw it doesn't exist for souls like you did. They don't offer out mercy, not to the scarred, not to the ones already dragged down and left for dead. They asked for a monster. You've heard it whispered your whole life, haven't you? They wanted to know what happens when they shove you one step further, when they rip apart the last spark of hope you carried, and when you snap they painted you the villain. That's their trick, isn't it? They jab and stab until you've had enough, and then when you finally erupt they act all shocked, like they didn't design the creature now standing before them. But listen close, I'll only say this once: they don't hate the monster they molded, they hate that it slipped their chains. That's why they shiver at you. Now you stopped being simple. You stopped being the one they could twist, exploit, use as a pawn for their gain. You stopped playing their script, and once you tore free you became lethal. Let me ask you this: when you stare at yourself, really face your reflection, what do you see? Do you still see the one who begged for their approval, the one who longed to belong, to be accepted? Now that version of you is dead, long gone. What remains is the monster they forged. And here's another truth about monsters: they owe nobody a damn thing. They don't bow, they don't beg, they don't shatter because someone tells them to. You get that right? They push to see what you do at the edge. Well, surprise, you became the edge. You are what they can't calculate, can't lock down, can't stomach. You are the thing they fear but refuse to name. Ever wonder why they loathe monsters so much? It's not the claws or the roar. It's that monsters refuse to pretend. They're raw, they're honest in a way that scares people who live behind masks. And that's your mirror now, what they dread seeing in themselves. You stand at the brink. You can crawl back, slink down the slope, squeeze yourself back into the broken mold they made, and pretend you belong. Or you step forward and accept what you've become. Accept that you'll never fit into their tiny world because you weren't built for it. You were forged for something tougher, something larger. Monsters aren't born, they're hammered out of flame and loss, molded by the dark everyone else flees from. When you stop running, when you face that darkness, you find you're no longer one of them. You survived. You didn't just survive, you thrived. You grew sharper. You changed into something else. But don't confuse becoming a monster with half measures. You must own it. Own every scar, every busted seam, every drop of blood on this climb. Wear them like a crest, like armor, because that armor is your defense against the world that tried to rip you apart. When they look at you, they'll see that armor and they'll remember what they did. They'll remember how they failed. And you don't let them forget. Don't give them the small mercy of watching. You shrink back, walk into their rooms and stake claim to every inch. Make them uneasy, make them flinch. When they ask why, tell them you asked for this. You wanted to know what I'd become when pushed too far. Now you live with the answer. But hear me, this isn't petty revenge. That small monsters don't squander time on petty scores. They move with purpose, with calibration, with a focus. That's colder than spite. Monsters don't waste time with little grudges they see. The wider war, you're not here to wound them, you're here to etch it into their memory. Forever that you cannot be. Broken that no matter there. Strikes you'll rise, you'll climb. You'll claim what's yours. They believe they can lock you inside their laws there. Expectations you reduce. Those shackles to dust you. Soar past their limits, they're dull. Mine's their narrow sight you are. Beyond them now you don't. Crave their approval, their nods. Their shallow validation you've got. Your own fire, your own might end. That's all you will ever need ever. Wonder why they whisper for you. To stay calm, to soften, to play nice. It's because they glimpse your true force and it chills them. They see the blaze in your stare. And they know if you ever set it free, they'd have no power to halt you. That's why they build cages, why they try to bind you. But here's the truth. Cages are built for the frail, for those too scared to face the raw world as it stands. You were never crafted for a cage, you were born to rip them apart. So you ask what comes after you descend that mountain, and you don't just live, you dominate. You seize every piece they swore was out of reach. You become all they claimed you'd never touch, and when they claw to pull you under, you don't wrestle, you ascend so far above they can't even touch your shadow. And if they demand a monster, you hand them one. You hand them the kind of beast that will not bend, will not crack, and will never kneel to anyone. You transform into the terror they always feared in you. Never excuse it. You think you've found yourself now, don't you? But this is only the start. You stand at the edge of something vaster than your mind can picture, but to walk into it you must release every chain that clings. You must strip off the last pieces of the old self. You must welcome the monster completely. The ones below, they don't merit the version of you still clutching at hope, still waiting for them to change. They won't, they will never see you, never embrace you, and that's fine. You don't need them. You don't need anyone but your own power. They called for a monster, then show them what untamed, unstoppable, unbreakable really is. Show them that the creation they forged is far greater than they ever dreamed. You become the nightmare stalking their sleep, the force they'll never tame. And when the smoke clears, you'll stand atop the peak, staring down at the world that tried to shatter you, and you'll know, carved into your bones, you are done with surviving. Now you reign.